the screen, which should be visible.
Yes, all fine now. We can hear you, and the slides are also nicely shown.
Great. So I'm Georgios Gardikis from Space Atlas, coordinator of the Privateer project. I will give you a short introduction to our project. These are some key facts and figures about the project. We are part of the SNS initiative, and we're really looking forward, starting from this webinar today, to cooperating with the other SNS projects, and more specifically with the other projects selected under stream B0104 towards building together something better, reinforcing 6G security. This is our consortium. Space Atlas is the coordinator, and NCSR Democritos is the technical manager. There are 13 organizations from 6 countries. And as you can see, since this is a low TRL project, there is a very good representation of all stakeholders, of course, but more specifically of the academic and RTO community towards reinforcing the scientific excellence of the project. Now, going into the rationale and the scope of the project, we departed from some observations. First of all, the current vision of 6G, which you know includes many technologies and multi-stakeholder environment, certainly calls for more sophisticated security controls, mostly related to trust. On the other hand, we have privacy, which is a key requirement, and it seems that it becomes even more important in the pluralistic 6G multi-stakeholder environment. So, of course, security is an enabler for privacy, but in some cases, you need to sacrifice privacy for security. When, for example, you have to look into user traffic or to operational information of some of the actors. In this sense, sometimes you need to achieve a balance between security and privacy. In any case, we considered that intrusive security, especially in the 6G realm, is not considered acceptable. Taking all this into account, in Privateer, we introduced the concept of privacy-first security, and our mission is to make 6G security more privacy-friendly. We're going to study, design, and develop security enablers, components scattered around the 6G infrastructure for enabling security, but by following a privacy by design approach. What we're going to deliver is a security framework that is a set of loosely integrated security enablers, which we are going to demonstrate in 5G Plus campus testbed against 2 vertical use cases, which I will present later on. Now, going a bit deeper, how we are going to achieve this privacy-first security by departing from some technical solutions which have already been proposed for reinforcing security in 5G initiatives so far, and evolving them to become more privacy-friendly. What I mean, for example, AI-driven security analytics is a very, very popular approach for detecting and mitigating security incidents, but you need to collect and centrally process sensitive data. We plan to decentralize this process to make AI explainable and also to harden AI against adversarial actions in order to better enforce and protect the privacy of the stakeholders whose data is analyzed. Service orchestration, and specifically security service orchestration, is also enabled in 5G and will continue to be enabled in 6G. What we will do is to introduce the privacy intent in service orchestration, in the sense that the end user will be able to set some specific privacy constraints when deploying a new service, when deploying a new slice. Trust is pivotal in 5G and even more in 6G. And a great enabler for trust is infrastructure as service attestation and remote attestation. Commonly, attestation is taking place in a centralized manner. So you need a central verifier as a root of trust for all stakeholders. We plan to do it in a more privacy-friendly way by decentralizing the attestation process and using the IDs, distributed identifiers, and verifiable credentials so that multiple verifiers can be involved in this process, and there's no a single authority to which everyone needs to be exposed. And last, cyber threat intelligence sharing. It's a very, very valuable tool for combating cyber threats. However, privacy constraints are holding organizations back from sharing cyber threat intelligence with other peers. We plan to enhance and enrich CTI sharing with searchable encryption and anonymization techniques to encourage organizations sharing information about cyber threats in a more privacy-friendly manner. So our approach aims to reinforce what we call 360 privacy, in the sense that we are not only protecting the privacy of the end users, but also of all the stakeholders of the 6G chain, including the service providers, the MNOs, and also the edge infrastructure providers and the neutral hosts. This first iteration of our architecture, you see that in yellow we have highlighted the enabler, so this is the foreground produced in the project. These four aspects which I mentioned, they are realized and they are implemented by all these building blocks which are scattered across all domains of the 6G chain from the user devices up to the central cloud. So these are expected to be operated by multi-stakeholders in a enabling security in a privacy-preserving manner. For the demonstrating our enablers and verifying their operation, we have considered an initial set of scenarios. We have grouped our scenarios into use case domains: ITS, Intelligent Transportation Systems, and Smart City, including the neutral host model. And during the course of the project, we will elaborate more. These are the key milestones of the project. Currently, we are studying and contributing to the 6G threat landscape analysis. We expect to finish the first iteration of the framework design this autumn and release the first version of the privateer framework. This includes all enablers presented next summer, which will be the middle of the project. The final and release will be out by the end of the project, along with the use case demos. I need to stress here that all our technical deliverables will be public, and most components will be open sourced. So we are really looking forward to having the community benefiting from the outcomes of our project. We have already launched our channels in the social media. You are more than welcome to follow us. And this concludes my presentation. Looking forward to further working with all of you guys in the future SNS events.